Okay. Yep, we do. If FC Tulsa are to get that playoff spot, they will need help from other teams, as well as trying to gain 3 valuable points against the impressive league leaders, Lou City, here in Tulsa tonight. Good evening, everybody. Dave Saunders and Big 12 champion Anna Beffa with you. And Anna, FC Tulsa, if they want that postseason, they're going to have to be at their very best tonight.
Dave, the margin of error for FC Tulsa is very thin at this point in the season. It's important that they can control what they control, but it's imperative that they get as many points as possible in these upcoming games.
Now, let's have a look at the last time that these two met in Kentucky.
Dave, the last time these two teams met, Lou City put on a very dominant performance, and Lou City started off the season very strong on the front foot and setting the stage for their entire season. At the moment, Lou City has the highest chance of any club in the league to both make the finals and potentially win the title. But Dave, Lou City struggled recently, dropping 2 of its last 3, but seemed to be back on track with a 3-1 win over Sacramento Republic FC on Saturday. And Dave, as we mentioned, FC Tulsa historically never shy away from these top opponents.
No, and FC Tulsa have had a highlight in the goal-scoring form of Dario Suarez.
They have. Dario Suarez scored in 3 straight matches, bringing his tally to 6 total on the season. This late surge has really helped FC Tulsa find confidence offensively in these last few games. And Dave, reminder, FC Tulsa currently sit 9 points back from a playoff spot, so imperative that they focus on getting those 3 points this evening.
The league leaders, Lou City, are in town. They're up against FC Tulsa here at One Oak Field. Your first half call and, of course, the lineups right after this break. Okay. You want to put that one up and open the window, and we'll go for it.
Can you open that window, please? Thanks, Nolan.
If FC Tulsa are to get that playoff spot, they will need help from other teams, as well as trying to gain 3 valuable points against the impressive league leaders, Lou City, here in Tulsa tonight. Good evening, everybody. Dave Saunders and Big 12 champion Anna Beffa with you. And Anna, FC Tulsa, if they want that postseason, they're going to have to be at their very best tonight.
Dave, the margin of error for FC Tulsa is very thin at this point in the season. It's important that they can control what they control, but it's imperative that they get as many points as possible in these upcoming games.
Now, let's have a look at the last time that these two met in Kentucky.
Dave, the last time these two teams met, Lou City put on a very dominant performance, and Lou City started off the season very strong on the front foot and setting the stage for their entire season. At the moment, Lou City has the highest chance of any club in the league to both make the finals and potentially win the title. But Dave, Lou City struggled recently, dropping 2 of its last 3, but seemed to be back on track with a 3-1 win over Sacramento Republic FC on Saturday. And Dave, as we mentioned, FC Tulsa historically never shy away from these top opponents.
No, and FC Tulsa have had a highlight in the goal-scoring form of Dario Suarez.
They have. Dario Suarez scored in 3 straight matches, bringing his tally to 6 total on the season. This late surge has really helped FC Tulsa find confidence offensively in these last few games. And Dave, reminder, FC Tulsa currently sit 9 points back from a playoff spot, so imperative that they focus on getting those 3 points this evening.
The league leaders, Lou City, are in town. They're up against FC Tulsa here at One Oak Field. Your first half call and, of course, the lineups right after this break. Took his time, left-footed, slots it past the keeper. It is an immediate reply. We have got a grandstand finish. What a ball top. And Suarez has scored. There is late drama here. Shot goal. FC Tulsa take the lead. Goes towards goal and he scores in stoppage time. Wins the game for FC Tulsa.
Cryotherapy is great for athletes. It's great for muscle recovery, reduces aches and pains that they're having, help those muscles recover quicker from those intense workouts that they're going through.
These guys, they're banged up, they're working hard, they're dealing with injuries. I feel blessed that these guys are able to come in the office and, take advantage of our multiple service lines here at Tulsa Spine and Rehab.
Get ready, Oklahoma. I'm Bill Knight, and it's Truck Month at Bill Knight Ford.
Order now and lock in 0% financing for 60 months and $2,000 retail order bonus cash on the 2022 F-150. Get $1,500 in retail order bonus cash plus 0% financing on the 2022 Ranger.
Let us show you why. We've been Oklahoma's #1 volume Ford dealer for the past 13 years. Come see us at Bill Knight Ford, 96th and Memorial, and home of the Knight Advantage.
Tonight's match is brought to you by Tulsa Tech. Make your own path to the career of your dreams with hands-on training from Tulsa Tech. By Bank of Oklahoma, we go above so you can go beyond. By Williams, we make clean energy happen. And by Osage Casino Hotel, your place to play. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into One Oak Field. A big, big night whenever the league leaders are in town, and FC Tulsa desperate for 3 points tonight. Lou City, remember, have already clinched. Let's have a look at the lineups, starting Anna Beffa with FC Tulsa.
FC Tulsa, as you can see here, we're seeing Noah Powder on the left, Sion McFarland on the right, Machuca playing in that number 9 position, and then De Costa, who's that playmaker for FC Tulsa there in the 10 position. Head coach Donovan Ricketts trying to do everything they can to get those 3 points this evening.
That's your Society Burger home lineup. Now, let's have a look at the league leaders, as we said, Lou City, who've clinched their promotion post-season. And here is their Society Burger lineup as well, Anna Beffa.
Yeah, Lou City, as we mentioned, has had a really dominant season so far. They currently sit with a 33 goal differential, the best in the league, established by 53 goals scored and 13 clean sheets. So Lou City FC are obviously already clinched a spot in the playoffs, but looking to continue to stay atop of the standings to get a home playoff game.
Certainly are, and we are just about ready to get underway with FC Tulsa in their black shirts, black shorts and black socks with gold numbers, up against Lou City in those white socks, white shorts and purple and white striped shirts. And it's FC Tulsa playing from left to right on your screens as De Costa gets a header there, and in fact the referee has gone with a foul. That was Soler, the Spaniard, there with the foul on De Costa, who got a bit of a bang on the head there in the first few seconds. Soler is lining up alongside Sean Tosh at the heart of the Lou City defence. De Costa is a big player, and he's having a chat with the referee. The referee tonight is Sergi Demianchuk, assisted by Chris Canales and Shane Kennard. Your fourth official tonight, Jose Lara, and you're welcome in here to downtown Tulsa, One Oak Field, where Dario Suarez is getting ready to take a free kick for FC Tulsa, the home side, who still cling on to hopes of getting into that 7th spot in the USL Championship and thus have a post-season. They will need some help from Detroit City FC and Miami FC. Here's the ball into the box. There's Dispay there, but it's headed away. It's going to be a throw-in on the far side. FC Tulsa have been lining up in recent times with 3 at the back, but we'll get more into this as the ball goes back to Austin Wormel. Tonight, however, it looks like a flat back 4 for FC Tulsa.
Right, and we've seen from time to time FC Tulsa typically with the 3-back system, but tonight lining up in a 4-2-3-1 is FC Tulsa trying to regain possession here and settle into the rhythm of this game.
Yeah, that ball is too much for Epps, but it's going to go to Cian McFarland. Good start from him down that right-hand side. He's playing as a right back in the back 4, as we just alluded to, but you'll see him get forward just like that, Anna.
And that's one of his assets that he brings to this FC Tulsa team. He's so good on the right wing, likes to be isolated 1v1, quick feet, just creates himself a bit of space and then plays in some really dangerous balls, but he'll have an opportunity here off of a corner kick to help FC Tulsa get things going offensively.
Cian McFarland then chips the ball into the box. There's Dispay with a header. Out comes the keeper. Kyle Morton takes that one. And the referee had spotted an infringement, has he? Yep, the ball will be laid down here by the very impressive Kyle Morton. This is 24th start of the season. Wearing all blue tonight, the goalkeeper, Soler. Oscar Jimenez has given it away here to De Costa, and a sliding challenge from the Spaniard means a throw-in to FC Tulsa quickly underway. Machuca there playing up front tonight. And this is an impressive start from the home side here, Anna, inside this first 3 minutes.
It is. I'd imagine if I'm Donovan Ricketts, you tell your home team, come out, set the tempo, and take it to them. And that's what they've done so far here in these first few minutes. A lot of the ball played in Lou City's defensive third, and FC Tulsa really trying to get on the front foot and set the pace of this game.
0-0 the score. Welcome in everybody on ESPN Plus here. You're very welcome into One Oak Field. Dave Saunders and Anna Beffer with you, and also here locally in Tulsa on My 41. Tyler Gibson here to Jimenez. Jimenez first time ball. Dispay sticks out his right leg, gets it to McFarland. McFarland looks up, chips it over the top here to De Costa. De Costa just gets a little nutmeg there, chips the ball forward looking for Machuca, but it's just overrun and goes into the safe hands of Kyle Morton. And away comes Gibson with the ball, feeds it out wide on the far side. Many changes, 6 changes to the Lou City lineup. If I tell you the bench, some very important names on the bench tonight. Here's Sean Tosh. And he's just put that one out on the far side. Dia, Sharpie, Ombi, Serrano and Del Piccolo. All on the bench tonight for Danny Cruz's men. Gibson trying to get that ball out wide to Misha Galuza, but Epps steps in. Jimenez will go back here to Kyle Morton. Sean Tosh, a permanent fixture at the back for Lou City. Dispay will get there and volley that one out. Let's have a look at the injury report, sponsored by Tulsa Bone and Joint. Jorge Corrales is still out. Englishman Cam Lancaster, who did score 2 of those goals in the 4-1 win earlier on in the season, is out, and also Niall McCabe. Tosh, Soler, Musha Galuza wide on the left, goes back to Soler here. It's a header away from Dispay, only as far as Matsoso. In steps Kemba Kibato. Matsoso picks it up again. Here's Tyler Gibson, the blue-collar worker, in the middle of the midfield. Musha Galuza up against Epps. Strong keeps the ball. Eric Bird steps in. Musha Galuza still has the ball, twisting and turning. and in the end gives it away to Marcus Epps. De Costa, first time ball. Was he fouled? Yes, he was, says the referee. Good defending from FC Tulsa, but you can see the prowess that Lou City bring, Anna Beffer, as they are the league leaders.
You can tell Wilson Harris up top for them, anticipating those through balls in behind, but to FC Tulsa's credit, they've been able to read those passes, break up play, and so far hold Lou City from advancing any further. But definitely something we mentioned, their 33 goal differential. They've had no problem scoring goals this season, so something FC Tulsa's defense will have to be mindful of.
A few fouls starting to tot up, and referee just stepping in, just having a word. There's Tosh at the back for Lou City. Noah Powder gets a throw in here. Did get caught in possession there with Masotso into the tackle pretty quickly. There is Noah Powder. Came to FC Tulsa in exchange with Indy 11 for goalkeeper Sean Lewis. Ball comes off De Costa. Throw in to Oscar Jimenez. Oscar Jimenez, 32-year-old, did play here for the old Tulsa Roughnecks, 18 appearances back in 2015, signing his professional contract. Here's Corbin Bone in the midfield. Tosh again. Feeds it out wide. Ball over the top, looking for Wilson Harris. Out comes Austin Wormel. Dispay, the last man back there. That could have ended in disaster for FC Tulsa, but they just about get away with it, Anna Beffer.
Yeah, Dispay's been one of those players all season that somehow finds a way to swoop in at the last second and defending there for FC Tulsa after a bit of a collision between Austin Wormel, but FC Tulsa still trying to deny Lou City any advancement here.
Here's Bone, good ball out to the right-hand side. Bone again, chipping the ball over the top. They're going to keep that one in, they are. Harris is there, but that's a good sliding challenge from Eric Bird, who is one of those busy midfielders tidying up often in the FC Tulsa courts. Had to be his best there. Here's Dario Suarez. Here's Eric Bird now. It just opens up a little bit, but slightly wayward pass, but Cian McFarlane here just about keeping the ball in. Drives it up towards De Costa. Soler with a good challenge there. Winder just giving that one away. Feature of the game so far, Anna, apart from the sort of fouls that are happening, is the lack of time on the ball for both teams.
Right, both teams are pressing very quickly as soon as they lose the ball or give away a turnover. They're trying to retrieve it very fast. So as you mentioned, Dave, not a lot of time on the ball. It's important for players when they do get the ball, take care of it, try to slow the game down, find those passes. And we've seen a couple of times so far some errant passes. It's important to be clinical in those moments, especially in those small technical moments, just to try to keep possession of the ball.
Bradley Bourgeois. Noah Powder wide on that left-hand side. Gets it back to the Cuban Dispay. Dispay up to the Brazilian De Costa. Dispay again. Long raking ball from him. What a ball that is to Dario Suarez. He's onside here. Up against Manny Perez. Suarez has been in great goalkeeping form. Now here's De Costa through. 1-on-1, De Costa! He scores! Magic at One Oak Field! When you need the points, look no further than Rodrigo De Costa. The Brazilian gets the goal. He opens the scoring. 10.5 minutes gone. FC Tulsa 1, Lou City 0.
Rodrigo De Costa coming up big for FC Tulsa, but a great build-up. Suarez picks out Eric Bird, and the one-time pass, the awareness and vision to find that pass. And Rodrigo De Costa, such an important, prolific player for FC Tulsa, finds the back of the net for his 8th goal of the season, a very important one at that. And so far, FC Tulsa on the board first here at One Oak Field.
Well, Rodrigo De Costa came very close to scoring in Atlanta in that disappointing 2-1 defeat. By his own standards, probably should have had a goal on that night, but that one makes no mistake and fires it past Kyle Morton, who's had 11 clean sheets this season, but not tonight with the Brazilian scoring that goal, and an early goal it is for FC Tulsa. Noah Powder to the goal scorer De Costa. He's annoyed with himself just clipping that one forward first time. Well, Anna Beffa, you can say that Lou City have had the possession, but FC Tulsa have been very impressive in this early part of the game.
They definitely have, and I think it's a testament to the sense of urgency as this season winds down for FC Tulsa. We talked about how crucial it is for them to pick up any points possible, and Dave, FC Tulsa historically just throughout this season haven't scored very many goals in the early goings of these games. Only 3 goals scored within 15 minutes all season. So for them to come out and really showcase on the front foot that they're here for a challenge against the top contenders.
Fans, FC Tulsa will be back at One Oak Field on Wednesday, October 8th to host Monterey Bay FC. Get your tickets to the match today at fctulsa.com/tickets. After this game tonight, FC Tulsa just have 2 home games left against the aforementioned Monterey Bay and then Memphis 901. Still a lot of football to be played in this season. 1-0 it is then. De Costa's 8th of the season. And if you're an FC Tulsa fan, just what the doctor ordered. Perez felt he was shoved off the ball there. Excuse me, Winder. Here is Winder now, back on the ball. That one comes off Bradley Bourgeois. First corner of the game for the away side, Lou City, who are trailing by 1-0. There's Austin Wormel, who's been in very, very fine form for FC Tulsa, a save percentage of 78%. He's conceded 18 goals, but he has started the last 16 games. Misha Galuza right under the nose of FC Tulsa's goalkeeper, wearing all red tonight. Here's the corner into the 18-yard box, and on the 6-yard line, Sean Tosh, who is very good from those corners, just heads on to the top of the bar. He has got 8 goals for a central defender. That's a pretty good record.
FC Tulsa dodging a bullet there. You mentioned a great header from Sean Tosh, and time and again throughout the season we've seen throughout many teams, as soon as they score a goal, switch off and concede within those next 5 minutes. And important for FC Tulsa, see out these next few minutes, calm down, not concede quickly after going ahead, and Louisville City almost doing just that.
Free kick. Referee's been on top of things in this first 15 minutes, so Bradley Bourgeois can just trot forward a few more yards. Bourgeois, as we often say, very versatile in where he can play in the team. It's a good header away from Oscar Jimenez there. That ball's just overhit and the wrong side of Wilson Harris. Goes all the way through to Wormel, who thought about bowling it out to Adrian Dispay, but in fact goes to Bradley Bourgeois, making Harris work here. Bourgeois to Suarez. Machuca on the run here. Tosh gets it back to Kyle Morton, who clears. Now here's Marcus Epps. Epps wearing 7, likes to drive at the defence. Could try one, but goes out wide here to Cian McFarlane. McFarlane trying to wrong foot the defender here. 1 step over, now up against 2. Can he get a corner? Yes, he can. Corner to FC Tulsa. And Epps and McFarlane, for me, have teamed up extremely well down the FC Tulsa right, Anna Beffa.
I agree, they have. And I like that play because Marcus Epps, you mentioned it, Dave, drives right at the defender, essentially drawing all 3 of those defenders in. Cian McFarlane continues his run, knowing that Epps will release that ball as soon as those players get close. McFarlane ultimately earning a corner kick here for FC Tulsa.
McFarlane it is, towards the 6-yard line. There's a header down from Bourgeois, but he didn't get enough on that to trouble the goalkeeper, and it remains 1-0. Tosh again from the back for the side that has clinched their post-season. That's a good ball to Suarez down that left-hand side again with Tosh for company. They're both claiming that, but the referee's right there and said that it did come off Dario Suarez, and it'll be a goal kick. And quickly underway are Lou City with the Spaniard Soler, only his 5th start. Looks ahead of him, goes long. Underneath this one is Cian McFarlane up against Jimenez. McFarlane's just got himself in the corner there. He was complaining to Austin Wormel that Wormel could have been a little bit more dynamic on that one. Here's Musha Galuza, comes off the left leg of Adrian Dispay. A header away by McFarlane, and Jimenez adjudged to have given the foul. McFarlane and Wormel just having a good discussion there, and it is a discussion about maybe, you know, a little bit more help there for McFarlane. He was in a corner and he did pretty well to get out of it.
Yeah, McFarlane did well. I think it's tough. I mean, I was not a goalkeeper. I was a field player, but if you're Austin Wormel and you see the pressure being applied from Cian McFarlane with his back to goal, obviously he's in pressure, but in that corner, not too threatening at the moment. So those two just trying to work out the dynamic in the back line there.
Morton has to clear. Dispay steps in. Soler. Wilson Harris now. Hasn't seen a lot of the ball, but he's going through a few players there, but out comes Wormel. Nearly able to put in Elijah Winder. Harris is a class act. We were talking about him off camera, weren't we, about, you know, those days when he was younger and played pretty much up the road actually from Tulsa, didn't he, at Sporting Kansas City 2s, and he's a good player, isn't he?
He really is, and he's still young, and he's just made a name for himself so quickly. Very quick on the ball, good positioning, has scored a lot of goals for Lou City. Very fun player to watch and develop.
Mushagaluza into the box. There's an offside flag coming up. I was looking actually that Amadou Dia, Enoch Mushagaluza, Wilson Harris, and Petar Chuic, who's playing for FC Tulsa these days, although not in the 18 tonight. They were all on the Sporting Kansas City 2 roster in 2020. Mushagaluza and Harris, of course, have played a lot together. There's a ball over the top here for Machuca. Been driven wide. Still has the ball, the Honduran here. Back to Marcus Epps. Epps will go from right to left. A little bit wayward, but Bourgeois steps in, keeps it alive for FC Tulsa. Noah Powder. The busy Kibata. Eric Bird. Good ball out to the right-hand side. I say good ball. Epps has got to work here, and Jimenez gets there, and the referee and his assistant say that it is another corner for, I have to say, the impressive FC Tulsa inside this first 20 minutes.
FC Tulsa has done a really good job so far in this game, obviously being rewarded with the goal, and De Costa being clinical in front of goal, putting FC Tulsa on the board, but they've continued to find ways to get wide and create opportunities. These corner kicks, obviously, want to take advantage of those, but FC Tulsa definitely not shying away from a tough opponent.
From the same place for the third time, Cian McFarlane. Everybody back for Lou City inside their own box here. McFarlane here goes to the far post. Machuca's there, so's Epps. Here is Epps inside the box, just gets loose with the ball, and in the end it's stabbed away. And it'll be a throw on the far side for FC Tulsa. If you're joining us late, Rodrigo De Costa has got his 8th goal of the season, and that is the goal that separates the two sides. Eric Bird clipping the ball out to the right-hand side to the busy McFarlane. McFarlane now up against Jimenez. McFarlane goes to the byline, drives it off Jimenez. Another corner for FC Tulsa. And they keep coming at Lou City. They won another one, Anna.
They do. McFarland again does so well on that right side. Good first touch to bring that ball down, and then he goes right at the defender. We've seen him do that time and time and again. He likes to get isolated, and there he's successful in the sense where he draws the defender close enough to where he earns a corner kick. And again, Dave De Costa will take this one with his left foot, that in-swinger ball. But FC Tulsa trying to capitalize on one of these corner kick situations.
Yeah, a little bit different, as you say. De Costa with it to the near post. Flicked on! All across the goal. And how close was that from Dario Suarez? I'm not sure he got much on that, Anna. And if he got maybe a little bit more of a header on it, it could well have been 2-0.
Great ball in from Rodrigo De Costa, that left-footed in-swinger. Just a different look off of the other corners that have been taken so far tonight. But that ball going through across and no one crashing in, able to get a body on that. But FC Tulsa, another good opportunity.
Half-time in the Open Cup final is Orlando City 0, the USL Championship Sacramento Republic 0. Jimenez trying to pull it back there, but Kembo Kibato read it well, as did Marcus Epps here. Good ball out of trouble there to Bird. Lovely layout from Bird to Kibato. Kibato busy in the midfield, has to elude the challenge of Masotso. Powder. Bourgeois. Adrian Dispay's given that one away to Musha Galuzin. You don't want to do that. Musha Galuzin here. Bone now. Clip it across goal, and there is Bradley Bourgeois to foil the danger. And you do not want to give the ball away in your own third of the field, Anna Beffa.
No lackadaisical play there from Adrian Dispay, but credit Bradley Bourgeois, the athleticism there to recover quickly and bail FC Tulsa out as they try to stay disciplined defensively here.
Sean Tosh out to Manny Perez, the 23-year-old. Let's have just another look at this, Anna, and there's Bones' cross, and good job that Bradley Bourgeois read that one really well.
Right, things can turn so quickly. Just a minor pass off of a turnover, and Lou City FC almost finds themselves an equalizer.
There's a foul there. Winder gets tripped, so Noah Powder with the trip there, and that's put his team under pressure a little bit. Noah Powder, who makes his 7th start of the season. And there is Winder, homegrown player, 17-year-old from Louisville, Kentucky. Very impressive. He's got a goal this season. Needs one for his team. Now they trail by a goal to 0. Corbin Bone is there. Here's the ball into the box, and Adrian Dispay does the safest thing and heads it away. Corner to Lou City here. Jimenez it was with the ball into the box. Have a quick look at this one as it comes in. Good header away from Dispay.
It was, and the awareness to know that players coming in behind, he could feel that pressure coming, and probably some good communication there, I'd imagine, from Austin Wormel telling him to clear that out.
Jimenez into the danger area. Bird tries to clear it. Came off the chest of Winder. Result, goal kick. Well, thanks for your company here on ESPN Plus here, and also My41 here in Tulsa. Dave Saunders and Anna Beffa with you here, where FC Tulsa are really clinging on, Anna, let's say, to, their hopes, which have diminished a little bit with the defeat in Atlanta, let's be honest. And they will need, as we said at the top of the programme, some help, which is never nice, is it, when it's not only in your hands. But I think, Donovan Ricketts would say, and all the players would say, you can only take each game as it comes. You've just got to put what's in front of you out there, and they're doing everything right tonight.
You're exactly right. At this point in the season, we mentioned it atop the show, just control what you can control, and FC Tulsa at this point in time doing just that, starting off with this first goal here against Lou City, who, as we mentioned, already have clinched their playoff spot, but still looking to stay atop the table so they can have a home playoff game. But FC Tulsa, as you mentioned, some things haven't gone their way. They just haven't been able to take care of business in certain moments, but they've put up some really good games recently and kept them mathematically in the mix for playoffs. So just important for them to get any points, as many points as possible for these last few games of the regular season. And Dave, we've seen crazier things happen.
Certainly have, and FC Tulsa have been better at home. And here they are against the boys in purple, and they lead by a 1-0. Here's Noah Powder. Now, here's Kemba Kibato inside the box, and he's just driven it over the bar. Well, Kemba Kibato there could not believe how much space he had. The defence seemed to part like the Red Sea, and in went Kemba Kibato, and he's just got underneath that one, Anna. Yeah,
that was a golden opportunity for FC Tulsa. We've seen how great Kibato is just with his quickness and his change of pace. Showcased it there, finds, I think you said it exactly, Dave, more space than he imagined he would have. And that one just sails over the bar, not able to be clinical in that finish. But another great chance for FC Tulsa.
Yeah, you don't get too many of those against Lou City's defence. Perez inside there to Bone. Throw in to the away side. 27 minutes gone. Here's the look at Kemba Kibato. I think he just couldn't believe how much space he had. Was driven slightly to the left, to be fair to him. There's a long ball over the top, but that is what you call a chance.
It definitely was, and we've talked all season, Dave, how Kemba Kibato is such a great player in that midfield, always buzzing, does a lot of the defensive grunt work, and then does a great job of retaining possession for FC Tulsa, and found himself with a goal-scoring opportunity there. Unfortunately not able to capitalize, but a great turn here as he tries to create another one.
Yeah, great turn, and nearly put in the hard-working Machuca. He's up front. I wanted to talk to you about Machuca. I mean, really, he was signed as, a fairly speedy winger, wasn't he? But he's had to do that role with injury to Brian Brown and J.J. Williams moving on. And really, in these last few games, Machuca's done a really good job leading the lineup there, hasn't he?
He has. He's so quick. He always brings a ton of energy to the lineup for FC Tulsa and has scored some very big goals for them this season. 3 goals total for FC Tulsa, but has been able to just adapt to FC Tulsa's lineup and try to make a difference any way that he can.
Bourgeois under some pressure here. Noah Powder got a bang in the back, but Bourgeois wants to throw. Winder wants to throw. Referee and his assistant say it will go to the home side, FC Tulsa, as the world demands low cost, low carbon energy. Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. 29 minutes gone here at One Oak Field. FC Tulsa 1, Lou City 0. FC Tulsa looking to get their 8th home win of the season. 9th now. Now, ball loose here to Musha Galuza. Curls one just over the top, not too far away. And you go back to that win in Miami, 2-1, and that was back on, the 10th of August. And then we had the 3-match home stand, and every FC Tulsa fan at that time was saying, right, you've beaten the Miami FC away, 3 home games, 9 points a must. They end up with 2 wins and a disappointing midweek defeat to Hartford Athletic. But they really have been much more impressive at home, even though, the Miami FC, don't get me wrong, was a great away victory, but they've been much more impressive at home, FC Tulsa.
They have, and that's something that they've kind of created a theme. They really wanted One Oak Field to be a fortress for them throughout the season, and they've done that, and they had a tough time earlier in the season finding a road win. They weren't able to find a road win until late in the season, as Marcus Epps here on the right side tries to create something for FC Tulsa. But you're exactly right. It was a tough midweek loss against Hartford Athletic, and mathematically FC Tulsa not out of the equation equation yet, but they've talked about the importance of these points late on in the season, and it's just tough to be in this position because you want to be in a position where you control your own destiny. And FC Tulsa, with the roster that they have and the caliber of players, you'd like to see them a bit higher up from a playoff perspective, but at this point in the season, anything can happen.
As for Lou City, they did have a slight blip when they lost to the Miami FC by 1-0, an early goal in that game, and then they lost to the Indy 11 by 2-1, but they did bounce back against Sacramento Republic by 3-1 on the 3rd of September. Of course, Sacramento were preparing themselves for the Open Cup final, which currently is 0-0 at half-time, by the way. But again, with FC Tulsa dropping the points at Atlanta, it meant Lou City claimed their playoff berth. And that is a great goal, is it? No, it's off the line. Still we go on. Here's Harris back across goal. Sliding challenge from Bird. Still Mushigaluza there with Bird. Somehow the ball stays out. Here's Gibson with a shot. Hits the back. And now Winder. And then Dispay has thrown himself as though his life depended on it. Result is a corner. Dispay is injured. How on earth did Lou City not score a goal there?
A gritty piece of play from FC Tulsa. You can see Adrian Dispay just throwing his body in front of that shot, just trying to do anything he can to keep the ball out of the back of the net. Wormel was in the mix, players throwing their bodies in front of any shot just to try to keep it out. Dispay still down as athletic trainers will tend to him. I think we'll get another look here at the replay, Dave. But a great build-up from Lou City. Good square ball. Harris tries to find the back of the net. The initial save from Wormel is just enough. Harris does well to keep the ball in, and then Lou City firing on all cylinders, but FC Tulsa there to keep it out.
And I tell you what, if you're looking around at your teammates and you're saying, right, we've got to win this game, we've got to shout at the playoffs, look no further than Adrian Dispay. I know he's taken one for the team here, but he has been quality in his defensive work in the last few games and also throughout the season, to be fair.
He really has. He's been one of the key players for FC Tulsa defensively, and I think you said it perfectly, Dave. And I love the mindset from FC Tulsa at this point because we talked about the disappointing loss against Hartford Athletic, and it'd be very easy for them to say it's not possible. It's not, it's not in the cards for us this season. Let's look to next season. But with a performance like this so far in this first half, you can tell they are still very much in it, and they believe that they can play with these types of teams and want to fight until that last moment. And this last play is a great example of that.
And we should say, for Lou City, yes, you're in the postseason, but of course you want to win the league because you get that bye into the semi-final. They're currently 27 games played, very impressively 18 wins, only 5 losses, 4 draws. Only conceded 21 goals now with the goal tonight for FC Tulsa. They're on 58 points, 4 points ahead of Tampa Bay. We should say congratulations to them for securing their playoff berth. But what about this? Atlanta United 0, Memphis 901 4. Here's the corner, and 14 minutes left in that one, by the way. Here's Oscar Jimenez with the corner for Lou City. Dispay is okay. Big moments now. 34 minutes gone here for both teams. Jimenez towards the penalty spot. There's a player down. There's a real chance. Mushigaluza levels it up for the league leaders. He was on his own. The ball fell to him nicely. 6 yards out. And with 11 minutes to go to half-time, it is now FC Tulsa 1, Lou City 1.
Mushigaluza makes no mistake there for Lou City. A great corner kick. He's all over that initial knockdown, and nothing from that distance that Austin Wormel can do there. We'll get another look here at the replay. You see the unfortunate touch falls right to Mushigaluza, and FC Tulsa did so well to defend earlier, but Lou City able to capitalize to find that equalizer.
Mushigaluza's 8th goal of the season. Level it is, and away we go again. Bradley Bourgeois. De Costa, who got the goal and needs to stay in the game and be on the ball for FC Tulsa. Here's Dario Suarez, slips, gets up, gets down, and then the referee right in there saying that he held on to the ball on the ground. Right in front of Danny Cruz there, who's looking at that foul and delighted that his team are back on level terms. Soler. Sean Tosh bringing the ball forward towards the halfway line. Long ball over the top. There's Bradley Bourgeois with the header out. Throw into Lou City, who are just starting to really come at FC Tulsa now, buoyed by that goal, of course. And an interesting time, a vital time, you would say, Anna, in the game here with, 9 minutes to go till half-time.
It is. If you're FC Tulsa, obviously you do not want momentum to shift after that goal, because FC Tulsa had some really good opportunities going forward. We're able to keep Lou City at bay for the most part from an offensive perspective, but that goal changes things. Now on level terms, FC Tulsa back having to chase this game a bit. They're the team that need the 3 points. Lou City content to keep possession at this point and have continued to knock on the door more recently.
Wilson Harris is there, but so were Dispay and Bourgeois. Tyler Gibson, Bone, just helping the ball out to Manny Perez. Bone feeds the ball into Soler. Soler to Winder. Winder wins the header. Soso manages to get the ball out to Manny Perez, who's up from right back. Ball's loose, sliding, challenging goes Suarez to win it back for FC Tulsa, then nutmegs Perez. Would have enjoyed that one. And now Machuca is adjudged to be offside. 8 minutes to go to half-time, 1-1. Thanks for your company here on ESPN Plus, and also here locally in Tulsa on My 41. Dave Saunders and Anna Beffa with you. And here is Oscar Jimenez, sharing passes with Tyler Gibson. Bone up to the goal scorer, Misha Galuza. Winder helps it on here. There's a shot which is driven wide of the target from Tyler Gibson. Tyler Gibson, who made 50 appearances for Indy 11 in 2019-20. In 2018, played for FC Cincinnati with Corbin Bone. Here is Austin Wormel then with the goal kick. Perez with the throw-in to Tosh. Tosh goes across the back four to Ian Soler. Jimenez. Misha Galuza. Epps, who's been a little bit quiet in the last, 15 minutes. There's a few FC Tulsa players, big players, that need to stay in the game here, Anna, at 1-1.
You're right. And Dario Suarez being one of them, Epps being the other. Obviously, De Costa making a splash early for FC Tulsa with that goal, but you're exactly right. This is, at this point in the season, this is where you want your big-time players to step up and take control of the game and really help spearhead the attack and keep spirits high as well. We've seen, a great example being Dispay throwing his body in front of the shot. Those types of things are the moments that FC Tulsa need, and collectively, if they come together and do that, good things will happen.
Good shielding from Bradley Bourgeois there, under pressure from Elijah Winder, means that the ball is out for a goal kick. 6 minutes to go, plus the fourth official's board here in this one. Finally poised at 1-1. Played out a wonderful game last season, which finished 3-2 to Lou City. Cameron Lancaster scoring a goal directly from the corner. FC Tulsa then went to Lou City and won by 1-0. Dario Suarez with a goal, and then a really solid defensive performance. So on as even last season. Machuca has been fouled. As we showed you at the top of the programme, back on the 28th of May, it finished Lou City 4, FC Tulsa 1. That was after Brian Brown put FC Tulsa ahead, but then they were well beaten. After that 4-1 defeat to Lou City. We'll come back to that in a minute, because McFarlane is ready to take the, it's De Costa. Ball flicked on, back across goal, and not enough on it from Bradley Bourgeois. But after, just before that 4-1 loss, FC Tulsa, remember, had gone down by 5-1 to Orange County in those 2 games in May. Since then, things have got a little bit better defensively. Good leap there from Dario Suarez. Now De Costa's offside here. But if you have a look at the differences, you see, goals scored, and are now 54 plays 37 in favour of Lou City. But look at the goals conceded: 21 for Lou City, 47 conceded for FC Tulsa. Tells a little bit of a story of why it's first v 8th, isn't it?
Definitely, and 13 clean sheets go along with that. Kyle Morton's had a great season, and as you can see, Louisville City FC securing their spot already as FC Tulsa.
Machuca late on the first half towards goal. This Kyle Morton gets a touch on that one, and somehow they get it away to Lou City. But FC Tulsa want a foul there on Noah Powder. Nothing given by the referee, and now it's Lou City, it's end-to-end. Here's Wilson Harris. Great tackle coming in from Sean McFarlane. Now Wilson Harris wants a free kick. It's end-to-end. Here is Adrian Dispay whacking the ball to the left-hand side to the Brazilian De Costa, who's onside. De Costa now, decent ball needed. Back to Suarez, who hits the shot just wide of the target. In fact, it might have been just a few more yards wide of the target. And Noah Powder has a word with the referee and says, why didn't he get the foul? End-to-end, exciting end to the first half, and we'll get another look at FC Tulsa's latest effort with Anna Beffa here.
It was that last sequence of events wide open as FC Tulsa putting together a good opportunity. Shot initially saved from Kyle Morton, and then another great touch from De Costa. He sets up Dario Suarez with a great ball, but Suarez just not able to put that one on frame and redirect with enough power. But the game really opening up these last few minutes as both teams pushing for a goal.
Really good flick on there. Here's Austin Wormel, nearly got himself in a bit of a pickle there, but the ball's going to go back to him kindly here, and he just needs to calm things down with 2 minutes to go to half-time. Sure, both coaches would like to get their players in, sat down in locker rooms and just have a little chat to them about this first half and how they're going to play things in the second half. Of course, FC Tulsa desperate for the 3 points. 1 point really not enough for them. Bradley Bourgeois. For different reasons, obviously, at this stage of the season, both teams want the 3 points. De Costa's in here, but he's offside. Runs into Kyle Morton. Tyler Gibson. Risha Galuza's giving it away to Kembo Gibata. Now Marcus Epps. Clever ball through. Tosh is there though. Nearly came through to Machuca. He's working hard up front for FC Tulsa. Here with a bit of space in the midfield is Elijah Winder. Manny Perez coming up from right back here, wearing 15. Sosa. Bone. Threaded forward looking for Wilson Harris. In steps Bradley Bourgeois and then Kembo Kibata. Machuca's got himself in a bit of a tangle here. Does well to get out of that one. Here's Dario Suarez now. Will try to bring in Marcus Epps. Epps now. That's what he wants. One-on-one with Oscar Jimenez. Epps here wearing 7. Could slide the ball in. Doesn't to. But he does to De Costa. De Costa now gets the ball from under his feet. Good finish from FC Tulsa here to this first half. And we're locked at 1-1 with 30 seconds left. Noah Powder receives the ball. Eric Bird will bring the ball to the halfway line here for Adrian Dispay. Here's Marcus Epps. Epps now again can run at the defence. Clips the ball over the top. Powder's onside. Good ball into Machuca. And Machuca's first touch not good enough. And Dispay though will cushion the ball down here to Bradley Bourgeois. FC Tulsa playing from left to right on your screens. If you're joining us as a neutral here, we've got 2 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time enrolled today at tulsatech.edu. Ball kept in. De Costa here. De Costa drives the ball in, headed away by Soler. And this is a really good end to the first half from the home side, Anna Beffa.
Donovan Ricketts has to be pleased with this final push from FC Tulsa, putting together a few really great opportunities offensively, just not able to execute on that final pass, but the ideas are there, the movement is there. Great way to finish the first half if they can go in without conceding a goal. You mentioned just 2 minutes of stoppage time left for these two teams. And Lou City has, controlled most of the possession, about 60-40, I'd say, but FC Tulsa's definitely made the most of their opportunities. Obviously, De Costa finding the goal, but needing the next one to continue their hunt for a position in the playoffs.
And both teams playing the ball, through to their front men on the deck, but also they're trying the long ball occasionally, which has been very successful for both teams. There's some good work here now. Real chance late on here for Lou City. Can they take the lead as they go in the locker room? No, they can't, because Powder's there and so's Kembo Kibato, but Manny Perez fully involved, and that was danger again as FC Tulsa here have to defend a corner, and Elijah Winder has also been in good form in this first half. There's Oscar Jimenez, who's going to go across and take the fourth corner for his team in this first half. We're playing the Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Dispay's there. He wanted a foul. Here's De Costa, who's going to... Well, the referee brings the second half to an... the first half to an end. I was going to say there's a few seconds left there as De Costa was breaking away. Annabeffa 1-1 at half-time. It's been a very, very entertaining first half.
It really has. Lou City dominant from a possession standpoint, but FC Tulsa's held their own. They come out, score first, a great goal from Rodrigo De Costa. Donovan Ricketts calm heading into halftime, knowing they have a chance to reset here on level terms, come out in the second half with an opportunity here to take this game. They've had a good first half, but credit Lou City. You can tell just the caliber of team that they are, how good they are, why they are where they are at today. And FC Tulsa, a tall task ahead, but a manageable one.
I tell you what, we'll take a break now. We've got lots to look at in the Williams halftime show. Very entertaining game here in the USL Championship. There's Donovan Ricketts, the interim manager for FC Tulsa. And we are locked together in this first half. Half-time as we go to break is FC Tulsa 1, Lou City 1.
Rib Crib's been smoking the good stuff over 20 years, serving up mouth-watering barbecue, talking about slow-smoked classics like Rib Crib's famous ribs. Yeah. Hungry yet? Rib Crib.
At Williams, we're focused on adding new technology and operating practices that deliver right here, right now reductions in global emissions, cutting-edge emissions measuring and monitoring, certifiable and transparent emissions data, real-time energy optimization across the natural gas value chain, integration and delivery of the fuels of the future, meeting global energy demand and global climate goals. For us, this is just the beginning. Williams, we make clean energy happen.
Trust the local experts in career training. For more than 50 years, Tulsa Tech has been in your neighborhood. From high schools to our 6 campuses, we're ready to train you for the career of your dreams. Get the industry credentials to get paid with our hands-on training in everything from aerospace and automotive to health science and IT. Make this next year the best ever. And see how Tulsa Tech can help make your own path by calling 918-828-5000 or logging on to tulsatech.edu today.
Whoa, nice ride, brother. Thanks, man. Go check out Ferguson Kia. Get one for yourself.
So Ferguson Kia, huh?
Yes, sir. With their new lineup, they have something for every lifestyle.
Thanks, Sean. Remember, we've got what you're looking for.
Rodrigo De Costa on 11 minutes. Musha Galuza for the visitors on 35 gives us the halftime score of FC Tulsa 1, Lou City FC 1. This is the Williams halftime show. We're back with much more after this break.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
It's a goal for Orange County SC and their first of the season, and that's full time. The old guard with a new trophy. Orange County wins the USL Championship final.
Summertime is back at Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa, and we have the perfect getaway for you. Cool off in our spacious freeform pool, grab your favorite drink and chill at the poolside bar, or relax and unwind in a cozy private cabana. Just steps away are tempting restaurants, live entertainment, and a world-class casino gaming experience. At Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa, your place to stay and relax.
Welcome back into One Oak Field. We are finally poised here at 1-1 between FC Tulsa and the league leaders Lou City FC. Welcome back into the Williams halftime show. Let's go away from One Oak Field just for a few moments and have a look at what's happening around the league, and also we can talk about the Open Cup final as well. And I can tell you it's Atlanta United 2-0, Memphis 4. That is a final score, and Philip Goodrum there has scored a hat-trick. It is early minutes in El Paso Rio Grande game. That is currently 0-0, and as you can see, Monterey Bay, who will come to One Oak Field in October, they kick off against Orange County at 9:30. And I can tell you in the Open Cup final, it is Orlando City 0, Sacramento Republic 0. Remember, that is an MLS team against USL Championships, Sacramento Republic. All the best to them. Now, let's have a look at the team of the week and some familiar names in the team of the week. Anna Beffer, and you can talk about Pino, who plies his trade for Indy 11.
Yeah, Pino, he had a really great week for Indy 11, earning his spot on the team of the week. The Brazilian forward scored both goals as Indy took a 2-1 victory against Lou City FC on Wednesday night. So congrats to Pino for his recognition for team of the week. And another look, a familiar face if you're a Lou City fan, Amadou Dia for Lou City. The fullback recorded a pair of assists across 2 outings against Indy 11, who we mentioned, in Sacramento Republic FC. So he just had a really big week overall and just helped Lou City clinch a playoff berth on Saturday night. So congrats to him. Congrats to all of these players in the Week 26 Team of the Week.
Yes, indeed. As we look now at FC Tulsa's upcoming schedule, if I can say it properly, and also, you know, we need to say that all of these games, FC Tulsa just need to win them all. Let's face it.
Right, that's the simple way to put it. FC Tulsa, we talked about the disappointing loss against Hartford Athletic at home. They'll look to go there now and look for those 3 points on the road. Again, Detroit City FC currently in front of FC Tulsa. That will be a big game. And then the final 3 games at Indy 11, Monterey Bay FC's had a very good season, so that will be a tough matchup for FC Tulsa as well. And then they will close out the regular season versus Memphis 901 FC. But Dave, as you mentioned, there is not an easy game left. All points are there to be taken, and if you're FC Tulsa, have to focus on what's right in front of you and what you can control.
And let's have a look at how the standings lie. Annabeth, we know that the top team, which currently is tonight's FC Tulsa's opponents, Lou City, they would, if it stayed like this, and there's a long way to go, Memphis have won their game tonight, they would go straight into the semi-final. For FC Tulsa fans, of course, you look down at Detroit City FC, who currently hold that final playoff spot. So FC Tulsa with a lot of work to do here.
Yeah, FC Tulsa just needing to focus on the game at hand, get as many points as they can. But you mentioned it, Dave, they'll have to call in a few favors around the league to make things happen. They don't control their own destiny at this point, but still in a position for a potential playoff spot. It'll be fun to watch as this season continues to close. Lou City FC, congrats to them again for clinching that playoff spot. It's been talked around the league that they have a great chance of ultimately winning the title, but FC Tulsa trying to put a dent in that here tonight and find 3 points at home.
Should say as well, Lou City plays Memphis 901 on the 23rd of this month, first v second. I'll tell you what, let's take one last break. We'll come back. We're going to review this first half. It's been an exciting first half. It's FC Tulsa 1, Lou City 1.
Leaders aren't asked to lead, they just do. Leading is building tomorrow's infrastructure today. Leading is fueling innovations the world has yet to imagine. Leading is how Williams makes clean energy happen.
Tulsa Bone & Joint is Northeast Oklahoma's one-stop shop for orthopedic care and now features outpatient joint replacement surgeries at Union Pines Surgery Center. Dr. Jason Griffin of Tulsa Bone & Joint is proud to serve as the team physician for FC Tulsa. Since 2018, Dr. Griffin has provided his medical expertise both on the field and in the clinic to FC Tulsa players. Tulsa Bone & Joint is proud to be the official orthopedic care provider for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone & Joint, moving life forward.
With the new lineup, they got something for every lifestyle.
Thanks, Sean. Remember, we've got what you're looking for.
This is a city that is being run like a startup.
I think it's a remote mecca that's in the ground stages.
Everything that I do for fun in DC, I was also able to do here, but it was way more accessible. I got here and was fully impressed.
The city is genuinely welcoming of new people and new ideas.
We have to start realizing there's other places to live besides just the East Coast and West Coast.
Tonight's match is brought to you by Tulsa Remote. Tulsa Remote is looking for great people to join our community. Tell your friends out of state to check out Tulsa. By Rib Crib, smoking the good stuff since '92. By Panera, try one of the new chef's chicken sandwiches at Panera today. The signature take or the spicy take, Panera, the familiar made fantastic. And by Bank of Oklahoma, we go above so you can go beyond. Annabeth, we need to have a look at the first half highlights, and it all started with Rodrigo De Costa in the 11th minute.
A really exciting first half between these two teams, and FC Tulsa came out on the front foot, and Rodrigo De Costa got it all started. A great assist from Eric Bird off the one-time pass. Dario Suarez did a great job continuing to build up this play for FC Tulsa, and then Rodrigo De Costa finds the back of the net for the 8th time this season, and FC Tulsa came out very, very strong, but Lou City continued to fight. But FC Tulsa, a gritty performance defensively, just trying to do anything and everything they could to keep this ball out. A heroic play from Adrian Dispe to ultimately save that shot on goal from Lou City, but it just wasn't enough. The corner kick on the next play takes an unfortunate bounce, and Musha Galusa is not going to miss from there. Quick turn and able to put that one away past Austin Wormel for the equalizer, and Lou City FC is back in business, and things just continued. Machuca again trying to create an opportunity for FC Tulsa to go ahead at halftime. Not able to. Kyle Morton, great save there, and FC Tulsa just continuing to push. De Costa gets in the mix. Machuca trying to make things happen offensively, but we go in halftime 1-1, and both teams there, the game there to be taken, Dave, in the second half.
Certainly is. 1-1, you say, in goals. Let's have a look at the other stats, Anna, from the first half. And you can see shots on target in favour of the home side, but possession to Lou City.
Right, and that's where if you're FC Tulsa, you have to make those moments in front of goal count. Rodrigo De Costa did just that early on in the game, finding the back of the net first. You mentioned the 3 shots on target to Lou City's 2, but that's where you have to make it count in this second half if you're FC Tulsa. When you're in front of goal, take advantage of those moments, because Lou City FC, they're controlling most of the ball. They have 60% of the possession. They're comfortable in possession. There's a reason they're atop the standings at this moment. So FC Tulsa have to be prolific in front of goal, make sure they have that creativity in the final third, because as you mentioned it, Dave, they're going for all those 3 points. A tie is not enough, so I'd expect the game to open up a bit if you're FC Tulsa, taking those risks going forward.
Now I can tell you that Lou City have made a triple substitution at half-time. Brian Ownby has come on, as has Wes Sharpie, so it's as you were with pretty much the majority of the season. Sharpie and Tosh now at the heart of the defence. So Ian Soler has been withdrawn, as has Napo Matsoso. Brian Ownby, very experienced, of course. There's a look at the 2 number 9s tonight, if you like. Position-wise, Wilson Harris and Machuca. There is Sharpie, as I said, on for this second half. Sean Tosh. Long ball over the top, looking for Brian Ownby. Ownby's first touch didn't get that one into the box, so clearly Lou City have gone back, Anna Beffa, to perhaps you could argue a more experienced lineup with those 3 substitutions. Well-known names like Sharpie and Ownby coming onto the field.
Definitely, and if you're Lou City, obviously with the playoff spot clinched, but you still want to keep the level high, some quick substitutions at halftime. I'd expect Ownby to make an immediate impact from the visitors' perspective as they try to find that next goal as well.
Long ball out. It's a push from Machuca, but the referee says we'll go on. That's going to be a throw-in for Noah Powder, who's playing in a back 4. He did start his games for FC Tulsa, joining mid-season as a left wing-back. FC Tulsa were playing 3 centre-backs at the time. Noah Powder on the left and Cian McFarlane on the right, pushing on as wing-backs, but FC Tulsa going back to a back 4, pretty sensible against this very impressive Lou City side. Ball into box, headed away by McFarlane. Sharpie out to the left-hand side. Sharpie again now, as Lou City try to dominate possession early in this second half. Suarez. Kibato back to Suarez. Noah Powder. No substitutions for FC Tulsa. Here's De Costa, and De Costa is offside.
Dave, you made a good observation in the first half. Our both teams, typically like to play with the ball on the ground, but they've had some success going over the top, as Lou City tried to do there, and FC Tulsa previously trying to find De Costa over the top. But when they play those short passes and both teams kind of get sucked in, it's a good opportunity, and they're having success with that long ball, having to force the defense to turn their backs and stretch a bit. So I'd imagine that play will continue from both sides.
Ball is out. It's going to be a throw-in for FC Tulsa. The third player, talking of experience, is Paulo Del Piccolo, who comes on, signed in February 2016. And in March he made his 200 regular USL appearances. So I know there's more substitutions in the modern game, Anna, but I think it's always very, very brave when a coach makes a triple substitution, all at the same time. It's a big change, isn't it, to the team?
It is, and it's enough to change the dynamic and flow, of the entire game. And that's where, when you make those types of changes, it's obviously intentional, but the dynamics of players change, the individual skill set that comes on the field typically changes, and it changes the rhythm. But obviously an intentional one from Danny Cruz to try to get Lou City back in front here against this FC Tulsa team. As we take a bit of a pause off of a head injury from Rodrigo De Costa, so just making sure that he's okay. But Danny Cruz trying to get back on the front foot with those substitutions.
Lou City fans will look forward to some more home games, that after they have played the Pittsburgh Riverhounds on Saturday, and then 2 home games against Loudoun United and the big one, Memphis 901 FC. Memphis have gone to Atlanta and won by 4-0. De Costa's okay, and he will come back onto the field. That one a big game, could go a long way to deciding who finishes in those top positions. And then they round out the season with 3 games in October, Rio Grande Valley away, and then 2 home games against Detroit City FC and Hartford Athletic. 1-1 the score. Ball into the box. Ownby's there. So's Austin Wormel, who will bowl the ball out here now to Noah Powder. FC Tulsa playing from right to left in those black and gold shirts. Desperate for the 3 points tonight, as Bird wins a header in the midfield. Tosh heads it down. Del Piccolo with Kembo Kibato. Belted forward by Bird. On the scamper run is Epps. Good header outside of his area there by the goalkeeper, Kyle Morton. De Costa's goal, 11 minutes. Musha Galuza, 35 minutes. 1-1 the score at half-time. 1-1 the score now. We're playing the 51st minute here at One Oak Field here in downtown Tulsa. Dave Saunders and Anna Beffer with you here on ESPN Plus, and also here locally in Tulsa on My 41. McFarlane, Bourgeois, Noah Powder, up the line to Dario Suarez, quickly shut down by Manny Perez. Bourgeois, Adrian Dispay, long low drive here, looking for Machuca, but Morton saw the danger, and FC Tulsa just have to be a little bit careful with that long ball. Obviously they're giving up a lot of possession here to this impressive team, and those long balls, Anna, if they don't work, they're just going to have to try something different like they are now.
Right, it's important for them, as we mentioned, to take care of the ball, and I think you're right. You don't want to just play hopeful balls over the top, but intentional ones. I know Dispay's very good at those. A great ball in from Suarez, but broken up defensively from Lou City as they try to build going forward.
We should go lose at the goal scorer. Long ball over the top. Goes through to Austin Wormel. Dispay just keeps that one in. Ball goes all the way through to Manny Perez. Here's Wilson Harris bringing in the dangerous Musha Galuza. But a good step-in challenge from Adrian Dispay, and that will be a throw-in to Lou City. FC Tulsa, after tonight's game, go to 3 consecutive away games at Hartford Athletic, Detroit City FC. Obviously, that one very important if FC Tulsa still in with a shout to take over from Detroit in that 7th position. There's Obi with a header. Down goes Austin Wormel and saves. They also have to go to Indy 11, who've really improved things lately. Of course, they did have that win against tonight's opponents, Louis City. They're beaten by 2-1. Difficult fixture there, and then 2 home games against Monterey Bay and Memphis 901 to round out the season here for FC Tulsa at One Oak Field. Here's De Costa. De Costa infield here to Eric Bird. De Costa just got a foot on Del Piccolo, breaks things up. Bird goes sliding in on Del Piccolo. Those two pick each other up of a fashion. Free kick to Lou City. 1-1 the score. And here's Sean Tosh. Tosh is an appearance or two away from making 200 regular season USL appearances. Omby. De Costa's taken over. Omby gets a tackle back in. Wins it fairly, says the referee. Michigaluza wants a second on the night, but Eric Bird foils the danger. Eric Bird just overcooks that one, and Marcus Epps a little bit frustrated. FC Tulsa have got Johnny Fennick, who's a defender, on the bench. Lucas Sowinski and Christopher Pearson, who are 2 youngsters who've been signed. Gabby Torres, Abuchi Abinwa, as Machuca tries to get in behind Tosh. He gets a foot on that one, and also Label Maloto, who could add some experience. Morton is near the corner flag. Clears the ball up towards halfway. Bradley Bourgeois steps in, wins the header. Here's De Costa. Tosh with a header away. Kembo Kibato to Bird. Bird chipping the ball out to Marcus Epps. Epps might fancy a run here. Oscar Jimenez. Here is Epps. Tries a shot, and it's a little bit of a wild one. But if you're Coach Ricketts, you want, as FC Tulsa are going to make a substitution we'll tell you about in a minute, you want Marcus Epps up 1-on-1, don't you, against Oscar Jimenez?
Right, those are the moments where we talked about Sion McFarland's ability, but Marcus Epps as well has been so important. As FC Tulsa makes a substitution here, Gabby Torres will enter the fray, but just getting those players in moments to make them successful, and Marcus Epps is one of those recently acquired by FC Tulsa, so important for him to get involved. As another player, Gabby Torres, who really started out the season strong for FC Tulsa, made the team of the week in back-to-back weeks, and just had a strong start to the season, battled with some injury, but a thoughtful substitution here from Donovan Ricketts, as he's very dangerous getting forward as well.
Well, Gabby Torres will go on to the left-hand side. What it means is Dario Suarez is up there with Rodrigo De Costa. Suarez might well play more now as the number 9. Of course, in great goal-scoring form. 3 goals in the last 3 games. Diving header in the 2-1 losing cause at Atlanta United 2. Sharpie. Looking for Omby. There's Bradley Bourgeois to head away. Eric Bird brings in McFarlane again. It's slightly overcooked by Eric Bird. There's a couple of collector's items there from Eric Bird as he just overdoes that one. Here's Omby. Tosh. Sharpie. Jimenez back to Sharpie. 1-1 the score. 56.5 minutes gone here. Both goals scored in the first half. Danny Cruz has made 3 experienced substitutions, all in one go at the beginning of this second half. FC Tulsa have just brought on Gabby Torres. Machuca withdrawn. And there is Cian McFarlane. Cian McFarland had a little bit of banter going back and forth about his beloved Chelsea with our media guy Nolan, who's a big Tottenham fan. Those two going at it on social media, and unfortunately for Ian McFarland, Chelsea, it's a cutthroat business, isn't it? They've sacked their manager, so we'll see who the next manager of Chelsea's going to be. Here's Rodrigo De Costa to the here and now. De Costa, good play from him. Inside the area, goes down. No penalty. And in fact, Tyler Gibson wants more from the referee. De Costa did go down very easily. It was no way was it a penalty. Sharpie's upset. De Costa has a smile on his face. It was a great run, and I think the referee's saying, don't go down that easily. Have a look at it here with Anna Beffa.
Initially, a really great run, keeps the ball close, just trying to create some space, but not a lot of contact there, if any, and the referee makes a good call, but you understand the frustration from Lou City in that moment, but FC Tulsa still pressing.
Long throw into the area, double fist away from Kyle Morton. Now the referee saying that there was a little bit of shenanigans going on, and he's given a free kick to Lou City here. Adrian Dispay pleading his case. Dispay and Tyler Gibson it was, I think, tangling. Dispay's not quite sure what it's all about. Adrian Dispay, he's got to be careful. He's had 11 yellow cards this season, although he hasn't had a yellow in the last few games. Gibson saying that Dispay was holding him around the neck. Referee sorted that one out. Good refereeing again. Hasn't produced a card in this one so far tonight. We're underway again. Darius Suarez tangling here. Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's Choice, Player's Choice. Dispay. Ian McFarland, game delicately poised at 1-1. All the way back to Austin Wormel. His left-footed drive is over the top of everybody. Fans, don't miss out on any of the FC Tulsa action this season. Secure your season tickets, mini plans or single match tickets today at fctulsa.com/tickets. Corbin Bone. Wilson Harris. Homeby tries to return the favour. Away by Bradley Bouchois. Sean Tosh. It's a good ball to Omby. Omby likes to play wide on that right hand side up against Gabby Torres. And Torres will concede the corner. And Brian Omby is a dangerous customer, Anna Beffa.
He is. He's already proven so far since the substitution at halftime that he's a force to be reckoned with, trying to make an impact here from this Lou City side and put them back in front. Earns his side a corner kick here, and FC Tulsa will have to defend this properly.
Here is Oscar Jimenez, left-footed, in swing towards the near post. There's a good header away. It's going to come here to Gibson. He clips the ball back into the box. Powder got a header in. Birds battling away. Harris with his back to goal. Still with the ball here. And he will win his side a throw-in. Manny Perez to Omby. Those two are on the same wavelength there. Here's Adrian Dispay. Away from home, Lou City tied at half, have a record of 4-2-1. Overall, 9-2-2. So they're well used to winning from being tied at half-time, and they've had the lion's share of the possession. Musha Galuza gets round Cian McFarlane onto his left foot, into the box, away by Dispay. And FC Tulsa are finding it hard with the more experienced, shall we say, Lou City side to get hold of the football here. And that Lou City are impressively possessing the football.
They are, and even when they lose it, they've done a good job. As you can see here, they're pressing. They're very organized in their approach, and it's important for FC Tulsa when they do get possession, take care of the ball, no errant passes, just make sure you find feet. And FC Tulsa giving up a penalty here.
Yeah, in that middle, that was Kembo Kibato just sliding into the challenge from behind. He'll claim he got some of the ball. Let's have a look at this, Anna. Was there any ball in this day and age? You can't go in from the side, can you?
No, it doesn't matter how much you get. If the referee deems it's a reckless challenge, and referee in a good position there to make that call, and tough from an FC Tulsa perspective, you don't want to give away those types of fouls in these positions with the caliber of players you have on Lou City.
Jimenez is over the ball here, so's Del Piccolo. Four-man wall for FC Tulsa, as you can see there. Suarez, Kibato, De Costa, Dispay as the ball sails over Austin Wormel's bar, and it's a goal kick. And we're in the 64th minute here, and we're locked at ones. In the US Open final, it's now Orlando City 2, Sacramento Republic 0. Goals 75th and 80th minute there for the MLS side. Epps has given that one away. Gibson sliding it forward. Here's Ownby. Ownby still with the ball, central. Del Piccolo brings in Oscar Jimenez. Now Musha Galuza up against McFarlane. McFarlane gets the tackle in. It's going to roll away for a corner, and this is impressive from the league leaders. Corner to Lou City, who will make another substitution in a moment or two, probably after this corner, which is going to be taken by the man in shot there, the number 19. Oscar Jimenez making his 5th start of the season. Plenty of players in and around the penalty spot. Ball comes into the box, headed away by Noah Powder. Wedge Sharpie having to work hard. They're under pressure from Gabby Torres. Still with the away side here, but given away. Here's Gabby Torres. What's he got ahead of him? De Costa in a pocket of space. Epps is on the far side if he can find him. He does find Epps. Epps has got a lot to do here. He's bearing down on the area. He shoots and it goes over the bar. And Marcus Epps is still looking for that first goal in an FC Tulsa shirt.
Great play from FC Tulsa there in transition. De Costa trying to create something. Epps finds himself on that far side, and again, we've talked about his ability 1v1, but has to put a ball on frame there. De Costa does well, gets his head up, chips that ball up over, and Marcus Epps slowing play down a bit, trying to find himself a bit of space. Has to get that shot on goal to challenge Kyle Morton to put FC Tulsa in a position to score another goal.
Sharpie. Gibson has hit that one out. Osage Casino Hotel is your place for fun and entertainment after the match. Enjoy a world-class casino experience with high-stakes tables and over 1,600 electronic games. Just 4 miles from One Oak Field, Osage Casino Hotel, Tulsa. Cian McFarlane, 67th minute. Dispay steps in. He's had another good game, Adrian Dispay. Gabby Torres. Just going back here to Noah Powder. FC Tulsa just trying to keep control of the ball here just for a minute or two, but it's a very high press from Lou City, who've brought on Dia at left back. Straight swap for Oscar Jimenez. Here's De Costa. Suarez. Suarez just closed down but still has the ball here to Epps. Epps now, decent ball needed. Here's De Costa on the edge of the area. Ball tangled under his feet. Good ball into the box. Here's Torres. Lays it back. Kibato. Great challenge from Wes Sharpie. Good from FC Tulsa.
It was Epps again on that far side. The ball gets worked around. De Costa's in the mix. Great ball. Gabby Torres, that one-time layoff for Kibato. The one-time shot, but an excellent challenge, a crucial intervention from defender Sharpie there for Lou City, and FC Tulsa trying to continue to push here offensively, as Lou City has looked very sound from a defensive perspective these more recent attacks.
Noah Powder. Kembo Kibato slips, gets up, under pressure from Wilson Harris. Powder again, chipping the ball forward, not on the same wavelength there as Gabby Torres. Throw in for Manny Perez here to Sean Tosh. Anabefa excitement for FC Tulsa as we had a Zoom call with the new coach for next season for FC Tulsa, and that's one Blair Gavin. Very excited to have him here at FC Tulsa, of course.
Yeah, FC Tulsa just continuing to build this franchise, and Blair Gavin, an excellent coach, will be a great addition to this side. He's the current Columbus Crew assistant, former Phoenix Rising FC assistant, so has had his fair share of success. And when Gavin was with Phoenix, made the playoffs in each of those 3 seasons, so definitely knows what needs to be done to be successful in the USL Championship. Just a tactical guru, something that FC Tulsa, I think, will really benefit from in the future.
Fans very excited to have him here. Here's Ombi, low ball, and Wilson Harris with the shot there. It came off the back of Bradley Bouchoir, who's complaining to the assistant why wasn't it an offside, but the result is it's going to be a corner for the away side. Their 7th corner of the match. Again, everybody back for FC Tulsa. Corbin Bone it is. Into the box, headed out by Powder. Only as far as Sharpie, who will hit one not too far over. And we're going to see an FC Tulsa substitution. And Marcus Epps is going to be withdrawn here. And we're going to see the introduction of the South African Lebo Maloto to add some experience to the FC Tulsa attack here, Anabefa. Good time to bring him on.
I think so, and Maloto, a couple of assists on a season, has a goal, but he's just one of those players. He can slow the game down. He's very good in possession and distribution. I think that's something FC Tulsa right now focused on trying to keep control of the ball, and something that Lebo Maloto will help with.
Here's Musha Galuzu's offside, thankfully, from an FC Tulsa point of view. I want to say congratulations to Sacramento Republic for the run they've had in the Open Cup. They have gone down by 3-0 to the MLS side, Orlando City, with 3 goals there from the 75th minute to the end. But congratulations to them on a fantastic run and representing the USL Championship so well. Mark Briggs will be very proud of his men, I'm sure, tonight. They last were against Lou City at the Lynn Valley Family Stadium, going down by 3-1. Long ball from Bradley Bouchoir as he brought in Gabby Torres. Yes, he has, but I think Torres has run out of field. Manny Perez just making the tackle just in case, but Torres, it was already out. FC Tulsa just having to be a little bit content with the long ball over the top. You know, when you can't get possession of the football, you kind of have to do that a little bit, Anna, don't you? But, you know, they've got to try and play through De Costa and Maloto. Maybe that's the reason why Maloto is on the field at the moment.
I think you're exactly right. Maloto just brings...
Bone here to Mushaglu's onside, and he scores. It's his second of the night. And with 18 minutes to go, it's Mushaglusa again who scores for his team, his 9th goal of the season. It's FC Tulsa 1, Lou City 2.
We knew that Lou City were capable of finding that next goal. A few substitutions came on. The level of play continued to escalate, and Mushaglusa finding the back of the net for the second time this evening, and a great goal. We'll get another look here at the replay. But just in the blink of an eye, the quick transition, great play. Bone plays a very good ball. One touch, one finish. It's all Mushaglusa needs. And Lou City find themselves back in the lead here.
Wonderful decoy run as well from Wilson Harris, if you looked on that replay. Just taking Dispay inside and Mushaglusa just getting in behind the defence. And he has scored 2, as I say, 9 on the season. And Lou City now trying to get on their way to their 19th win of the season. FC Tulsa will need 2 goals from somewhere inside this last 17 minutes at least. These two always seem to produce goals here at One Oak Field. And FC Tulsa now desperate for an equaliser, and quickly. Here's Lebo Maloto down to Kembo Kibato. Noah Powder into Maloto. Bradley Bouchois. One of the great things about Danny Cruz's men, Anna, is the way that they just suffocate the space. FC Tulsa have had very little space to play in tonight.
They have, and that's something that they've been so good at throughout the season. We talked about, I mean, defensively, the 13 clean sheets, they've just been so sound, but whenever they lose the ball, they're so quick to press, and in numbers too. And you bring up a great point, Dave, because they just completely surround teams and don't give them an opportunity to get their head up and find that next pass. And that's something that they've shown really as this game has continued to develop, why that makes them such an elite team.
They lead by 2 goals to 1. Adrian Dispay wins the ball. Now Gabby Torres doesn't get there ahead of Manny Perez. Here is Gabby Torres now. That one is late from Wilson Harris. Now I think the referee's going to come back to that one. Dario Suarez has gone to that right-hand side. De Costa more up the middle now. Suarez easily cut out Padilla. Now Wormel has a little bit of work to do under pressure from Wilson Harris. And an offside. Away from home. As I said, Lou City have lost their last 2 away from home, although they did go back to August 20th when they beat Detroit City FC by 1-0. Now, big moment here for FC Tulsa as they make a substitution, as does Lou City. And Mushaglusa comes off for Ray Serrano. So no hat-trick for Mushaglusa tonight. And FC Tulsa, with 14 minutes to go, have also made a substitution. And it's debut minutes for Christopher Pearson, who comes onto the field.
Yeah, Christopher Pearson, 5 caps for Jamaica's U20 national team, just 20 years old. So a new addition for FC Tulsa. I know they're very excited about what he can do for the side.
And he goes into the middle of the field, as we say. It's his first minutes in a FC Tulsa shirt. Exciting signing. Here's Dispay. Does well. Referee didn't go back to Wilson Harris for that tackle just a few moments ago. And it's been a competitive game, but there's not really been any malicious tackles whatsoever, and so I like the fact the referee's reading that and he's kept good control of the game, and it's been very well played by everybody. Darius Suarez over the top, Sharpie's there. Sharpie clears, throw in. Sharpie, I think, just getting a little pull in his right leg there as he cleared that one. Throw in then from Cian McFarlane. This will be a long throw into the box, and FC Tulsa have got to put some players into that box now. Here's the cross, diving header away from Dia. Noah Powder onto that right foot. He did score with his right foot in Miami. It was his first career goal with his right foot, he was telling me. Great through ball here to Torres, who's onside. Gabby Torres into the box again. Sharpie there. Sharpie's annoyed. And FC Tulsa just having a good spell here, Anna, and they have to with 12 minutes to go.
They do better play, better creative runs in the final third to try to open up play here against Lou City as they continue to try to find a way to break through.
Here's Gabby Torres with a brave header. He wants a corner. Goal kicks as the referee. Fans, head to the FC Tulsa app to vote for tonight's man of the match. You can download the FC Tulsa app on the App Store and the Google Play Store. Voting closes at the final whistle. Referee just having a word with Kyle Morton, saying, keep this moving for me, with 12 minutes to go. FC Tulsa with a mountain decline in this last 12 minutes, but also in the context of their season, with their slim hopes of getting that 7th playoff spot. Here's Noah Powder, was pulled. Although, Anna Beffer, as you and I know from this privileged position, FC Tulsa are used to scoring late goals. So much can happen. Stay with us, folks, here on ESPN Plus, and also here, My41 in Tulsa. Tosh gets there ahead of De Costa. Ball is loose in the middle of the midfield. Christopher Pearson's in there. Kembo Kibato trying to get on the end of that one. Throw in. The crowd quiet and expectant here of something from FC Tulsa in this midweek game against Lou City. Suarez had gone infield. Dia picks it up from left back. Long ball from him. Wilson Harris is offside, and that will be a free kick. Gabby Torres. Kembo Kibato twisting and turning away from Corbin Bone. Back to Bradley Bourgeois now. Bourgeois left-footed up the middle of the field, looking for De Costa. De Costa brings it down, but he's offside. And that's been the frustration, really, when the ball's gone up to the front line. Either the attack has been very well shackled by the Lou City defence, Anna, although you could argue they had more space in the first half, or they've been offside. It's been a little bit frustrating for the front men of FC Tulsa.
It has, and Lou City's been very intentional in that approach, that high line, making it very difficult for those runs and behind, and they're just intelligent when they step up. And you're exactly right, Dave. We've talked about how good they are when swarming the other team, and that initial pressure, that cover, and the balance of their defense has made it very difficult for FC Tulsa to find a way to break through here in this second half. But to your point earlier that you made, Dave, I mean, FC Tulsa, they've scored 11 goals in between the 75th minute and the 90th minute. So the majority of their goals scored in this time frame. So I'd imagine they'll hope to add to that tally to put themselves back on level terms.
Mashikalusa's second goal timed at 73 minutes. It's currently 0-0 after 50 minutes between El Paso and Rio Grande. Don't forget, Monterey Bay play at 9:30 against Orange County. That one's overhit. That'll be a goal kick for Austin Wormel, who's got to get on with this. FC Tulsa, after tonight's game, will actually be in action at Hartford Athletic on Saturday. Then they have a week's break before that fixture at Detroit City FC on the 24th of September. Here's Kembo Kibato. Brian Ownby is switched to the left-hand side. McFarlane's done well to steal the ball away for the home side. Then he gives it away. Sliding challenge coming in from Del Piccolo. Del Piccolo here has had it stolen away by Suarez. Back heel from Christopher Pearson. Noah Powder. Gabby Torres out wide on the left here. Torres wearing 16. He's got 4 purple and white shirts around him. Sliding challenge coming in from Manny Perez. Gabby Torres still with the ball. Could win a corner here. Does win a corner. That's really good play from the Brazilian because he really had nowhere else to go. And fair play to Lou City. They just surrounded him, but he wins a corner.
Right, no, he did. He had a good initial first touch, kept the ball close, was immediately swarmed, as we've talked about how good Lou City is at doing that. But Torres, well aware that he didn't have support, able to draw players in, get this corner kick for Rodrigo De Costa.
Rodrigo De Costa, 5th corner of the game for FC Tulsa, towards the penalty spot. Ball's loose inside the area. Pearson! Oh, what a save from Morton. Could well have preserved the points. His first real save of this game. And Christopher Pearson wanted a debut goal.
And this is what FC Tulsa needs. Another attack on goal. And Pearson almost finds.
And there's Adrian Dispay! There is hope for FC Tulsa. Dispay's first of the season. He heads the ball home. Game on! FC Tulsa 2, Lou City 2.
We've talked about how good Adrian Dispay is defensively for FC Tulsa, but we knew he's been an aerial threat all season, and it's about time for him. Well-deserved goal. We'll get another look here at the replay. Off of the corner kick, initially goes short, gets the ball back out wide, but then just floats the ball up. Adrian Dispay rises up, able to generate some power. Unbelievable height there. And Dispay finds the equalizer again for FC Tulsa here late in this match.
Now they have to keep the back door shut, 2-2, but FC Tulsa need a third. They need to win this game of football. Long throw from Lou City. Ball flicked on, there's a good header away. Still Lou City here. And the ball is out. Goal kick. Well, if you're an FC Tulsa fan, you're pleased for Adrian Dispay because, Anna, as we know, we've seen him numerous times with headers, goalkeepers making fantastic saves. I'm so pleased that he's got that goal.
I know, and we've talked about how great of a game he's had so far tonight. Just from a defensive perspective, he reads the game so well. He intercepts when he's needed. And obviously from an offensive perspective, comes up big for FC Tulsa, but there's still work left to be done.
Dispay, at the beginning of this game, played the most minutes, 2,137 to be precise. And he gets his goal. 2-2, and what a finish we are going to see. There is the goal scorer, who really has literally thrown his body at the ball tonight, especially in the first half. Gets up, scores the goal, and now with 5 minutes to go, you're a brave person if you can predict the end of this one. There's De Costa trying to get him behind, and he nearly gets on the end of that one with that trusty left foot of his. Sean Tosh. And let's not forget Lou City won all 3 points here, with Memphis 901 breathing down their necks now, having won by 4-0. And don't forget Tampa Bay Rowdies as well. And you can throw in Birmingham Legion. There's a lot of movement could happen at the top of the table. Bourgeois looking for Suarez. Deal with a good, powerful header away. Made the team of the week this week. Kembo Kibato now. Late drama here once again at One Oak Field. Is there more to come? McFarlane here, chipping it towards Tosh and De Costa. Tosh had his eye on the ball, said the referee. Del Piccolo eludes the challenge of Kembo Kibato. Wilson Harris. In steps Dispay. Dispay once more. De Costa stays onside. Dispay goes on one of those foraging runs from the back here. Suarez towards the far post. It's going to go over Gabby Torres, and disappointingly it's going to go out, and it remains 2-2.
Dispay again, that spark for FC Tulsa, just driving from the defense. Rodrigo De Costa tried to get his run back onside. Suarez initially puts that ball over to cross, but just too much on it. But FC Tulsa again playing with some life here in these last few minutes.
Certainly are, but here is Brian Ownby striding down the left-hand side. Strong challenge from Dispay again. FC Tulsa have had a 1-1 draw at home with a late De Costa goal against the aforementioned Tampa Bay Rowdies, and also a 0-0 at home with Miami SC. Now De Costa's been pulled back here. The referee, I think, is going to go the card. Yes, he is, for the first time tonight. And I think it's Sean Tosh, and also Deere gets one. I don't like to see yellow cards given, but I think the referee's got that absolutely spot on.
I 100% agree, and FC Tulsa with a chance here to capitalize on a set piece. I think we'll get another look here on the replay at the challenge. Dario Suarez, here's one of the yellow cards given, and then stopping this promising attack here. Referee in a good position, a yellow card given to both players. And FC Tulsa, Lebo Maloto stands over this one.
Everybody back in a purple and white shirt here on the 18-yard line, holding the line. Christopher Pearson with Del Pico, a little bit of pushing and shoving. Referees just stepping in there. Big moment in the game. 1.5 minutes to go of normal time. That one is straight into the hands of Kyle Morton, who bowls it out now for Ownby, but Dispay steps in again. Sliding challenge from Ownby, and the referee said that it was a handball, not a foul. Here's Noah Powder. Is there more drama in store here? In the context of FC Tulsa's season, a goal now could be priceless. And Dario Suarez is in behind the defence, but he's offside. Well, the long ball has worked pretty well for FC Tulsa. You could argue as well it's worked for Lou City at times as well. Talking of which, Tyler Gibson, McFarlane here will head the ball back here to Austin Wormel. FC Tulsa with a little bit of momentum now after that goal from Adrian Dispay, which was timed at 84 minutes. Suarez has got to work hard here to keep this one in, and in fact he doesn't. So we're going to see the fourth officials board here with the time to be added on. De Costa nearly stealing that one away. Maloto, De Costa now. De Costa, decent ball needed. Maloto fluffs his lines on the penalty spot. And away come Lou City again. Ray Serrano, who we've hardly mentioned. Austin Wormel will come out. We'll have 4 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Enroll today at tulsatech.edu. Forward they come again with De Lou City. 2-2 the score. Harmlessly through for a goal kick and a effort. How big was that chance from Maloto? Didn't catch it right with his left foot.
No, golden opportunity for FC Tulsa. A great square ball played back as all the runners are crashing front post. Pulls the ball back so well. Maloto with the late run at the top of the penalty spot. Doesn't connect like he wants, but FC Tulsa continuing to press as they have a chance here in transition.
Good header away by Tosh. Gibson it was with the clearance. Here's Wilson Harris now. Working down the right-hand side. Buddy Bourgeois has had a steady game at the back. Wins it for his team. Dispay, the goal scorer of that second goal, which levels it up at 2-2. Noah Powder chipping it forward to De Costa. Kept in here by Manny Perez. Torres under pressure from Gabby Torres. Home fans trying to lift their side. Del Piccolo. Good ball out to Deer on that left-hand side, excuse me. Ball loose, Deer still with it here. Del Piccolo. Kembo Kibato steps in, so does Cian McFarlane, but he's been robbed there, and you don't want to give it away there, but FC Tulsa getting a little bit lucky. Now here's Dario Suarez. Good ball through here to De Costa. Morton's out, it's offside. And FC Tulsa caught offside once again.
Intelligent play again from Lou City. De Costa trying to be so intentional about that run, but Ownby here with a chance.
Inside the box, and it's been squeezed past the post. And Austin Wormel relieved to see that one go past, and Bradley Bourgeois in there again with an important challenge. It's going to be another corner to Lou City late on here. 1.5 minutes left. A goal for either team now surely wins the game of football. Deer it is, a second half substitute. Left-footed. Back to the corner taker here. And the assistant has his flag up. And we are going to see FC Tulsa getting us back underway with just about a minute left in this pulsating USL Championship game. 2-2 the score. They produced 5 goals last season. These two here at One Oak Field. Are we going to see a 5th goal on the night? Tosh has won that header. Powder's done well. Freed the ball up. Dispay. Maybe FC Tulsa's last attack. McFarlane belts it forward. Now it's just open up here now for Harris. Harris to win it here. Shot. Good save, Austin Wormel. Keeps his side in the game at 2-2. Austin Wormel at his best again, Anna Beffa.
Wormel, we talked about his 78% save percentage, one of, if not the best in the league. And here you can see why. Harris again creates some space, gets a hold of it. Might have been a small deflection there, and even so, Wormel able to get low and punch that one away as FC Tulsa avoids another opportunity.
Surely now, time up. Austin Wormel's got to be quick. Is there one more chance? There isn't. The referee brings proceedings to an end. And for both teams here, they will have to settle for a point in a really keenly fought game. 4 goals. The spoils are shared. 2-2. The fireworks go off. And Anna Beffa, what a game we have seen.
It really was an entertaining game, some really quality goals. We talked about the implications of this game, and FC Tulsa only getting away with 1 point here against Lou City FC, but a gritty performance from the home side. Obviously, Lou City FC clinching a playoff spot already, as you can see why, a quality side, but this game ends in a tie.
Yeah, there's Rodrigo De Costa shaking hands with Morton, the goalkeeper. There's Wes Sharpie talking to the officials. There's the score, 2-2. Donovan Ricketts will be pleased with the effort from his players. Bradley Bourgeois, nobody worked harder than him. Ricketts will be disappointed, of course, not to get the 3 points, but he'll be pleased with the fight back. I'll tell you what, we'll go to break here. Lots to wrap up. It finished FC Tulsa 2, Lou City 2.
Summertime is back at Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa, and we have the perfect getaway for you. Cool off in our spacious freeform pool, grab your favorite drink and chill at the poolside bar, or relax and unwind in a cozy private cabana. Just steps away are tempting restaurants, live entertainment, and a world-class casino gaming experience. At Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa, your place to stay and relax.
Here at Titan Sports Complex, we offer a variety of sports and training facilities for all ages. Whether you play soccer, basketball, football, or volleyball, Titan Sports Complex has it all. With over 11 outdoor fields, a state-of-the-art indoor training facility, and a health club, Titan has exactly what you need to meet your fitness goals. Visit TitanSportsComplex.com to learn more about all of the amenities and options available at Titan. Titan Sports Complex, the official training, strength, and conditioning partner of FC Tulsa.
Well, we're all taking a deep breath here because we've seen a wonderful game of football, and both teams, for the 5th time this season, I can tell you, have drawn a game of football. Annabeth, 4 goals, lots of highlights to get into, which we will do right now because it all started off in that first half with Rodrigo De Costa.
A very entertaining game for the full 90 minutes for both teams, and Rodrigo De Costa started off the scoring for FC Tulsa. A great build-up. Dario Suarez plays a good ball into Eric Bird with the one-touch run. Rodrigo De Costa making his presence known there for FC Tulsa. But then back the other way, Musha Galusa off of the knockdown there. Is not going to miss from there. Finds the equalizer for Lou City. And they just continue to apply pressure against FC Tulsa. And ultimately, Musha Galusa again finding the back of the net for the 2nd time for Lou City, as that is the go-ahead goal. But FC Tulsa just continued to fight, forcing Kyle Morton to make a very good save here. Punches that one up over. Pearson almost finds his first goal in an FC Tulsa uniform. But FC Tulsa was not done. Off of the corner kick, a short corner, and none other than Adrian Dispe, who's had an outstanding game from a defensive perspective, rises up and with authority finds the back of the net for FC Tulsa to find the late equalizer. And FC Tulsa was back in business. They continued to push. They never quit throughout this game. An unbelievable performance. You have to praise the effort from both teams. Austin Harris trying to find the back of the net again to close this one out, but an outstanding save from Austin Rommel, and this game ends 2-2 in a tie.
And I can tell you that was FC Tulsa's 12th goal that they've scored between the 75th and 90th minute. Talking of stats, let's have a look at the full match stats here, Anna. Great game, and it was nearly 50-50. I mean, Lou City had just shaded a possession, but a great game.
It was, and credit FC Tulsa. In the first half, Lou City really dominant in possession. It was about 60-40 in the first half, and FC Tulsa found a way to really level that out. They took care of the ball better in the second half. Shots on target. They had their moments. They created those chances going forward. Obviously, the game ending 2-2. But just a really entertaining game through and through. Congrats to Lou City. Again, they've already clinched that playoff spot. FC Tulsa continuing in that hunt.
Yeah, FC Tulsa will finish the night in 8th place. They are now 8 points behind Detroit, who are in 7th place, and they've played 2 games more. Well, thank you so much, Annabeth, for your company tonight, as always. Thank you so much to our wonderful production team. There's Austin Wormel, who made a very good late save. There's De Costa slotting home his 8th of the season. It all meant a pulsating game of football. Musha Galusa got a couple on the night. His is 2nd. We'll do it all again in October. Everybody take care. Thanks for your company tonight. It finished FC Tulsa 2, Lou City 2.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.